Okay, guys, welcome back to All Nerd Everything, my film and TV show discussion channel where I discuss my love for film, television, even sometimes comic books, wrestling as well. And I wanted to talk about the new Transformers 1 film. Now, when this initially came out, all of us had the same reaction to this. We were like, ugh, another one. And not only that, but a lot of people were absolutely trashing the animation of it when we first saw the preview. And even I rolled my eyes and was like, "Ugh, God, this just looks basura. It just looks garbage." And I didn't have any interest in seeing this film because the live action films of Transformers have been trash, ass cheeks, buns. Rise of the Beast was cool. That one was probably way better than the first four, but in terms of quality, Bumblebee is definitely the best live action Transformers film. Transformers film because it feels exactly like the Iron Giant. If you've seen the Iron Giant and you watch Bumblebee, then they're like twins. I mean, it's essentially the same plot, and you know, nothing has beaten that Transformers film until now. That is, and my brother saw this film. He saw this last week and kept telling me how great it was and that it was way better than he expected and that he was wrong about the film and he couldn't wait to watch this film again, but with me as the viewer for the first time. And boy, was he right. And I am so glad to say that not only was I wrong about this film, but a whole bunch of people that trash this film online was also wrong as well. Because despite the marketing of this film, despite it being, marketed as a so-called kids film, this is a lot darker than you think it is. It does a great job at balancing the humor with the darker tone of the film, and also on top of that, the the ensemble cast is great. I love the animation. The action sequences are cool. Like I said, it does a great job at balancing the humor with the darker tone, the score, the soundtrack. And this is one of these films where I feel like the villain wins in the end. Like, there are very few great films where the villain wins. Seven being an example, but this film knows Transformers. The I'm not sure who the writer for this film was, but it just feels like Transformers through and through. And with animation, you can do so many things with animation. There's endless possibilities, which is why this works so well as an animated film as opposed to live action. There's no budget budgetary constraints on it, and like I said, you can pretty much do anything with the story and the action sequences. I mean, depending on whether you're an animated person or a live action person or not, they they still are just as badass animation in animated form. And the ensemble cast, like I said, spectacular. Love the voice cast. Now, Orion Pax and D16, they're mind workers. They're best friends, and they look up to this guy named Sentinel Prime, and they when they get a distress call from the surface where Sentinel Prime is working, they follow the distress signal with a couple of friends, with a couple of allies. Elite One, who is played by voiced by Scarlett Johansson, and Badassatron, or well, His name's B127, or you call him Badassatron, because that's what Keegan, who's voiced by Keegan, by the way, from Key and Peele, which everyone has seen that, and he's absolutely hilarious. Of course, he's the humorous part of the group. But when they find out the truth about Sentinel Prime, the dissension into madness that we see from D16, and just his reaction and his heartbreak to finding out that someone he looked up to was a liar and a deceiver and was manipulating him, my God, it goes absolutely insane. And yeah, you're rooting for him in a sense, but you also don't want to see him lose his self-worth. And that's where the difference between D16 and Orion Pax comes in, because Orion still thinks that while Sentinel Prime deserve to deserve to be humbled for, betraying all the bots and lying to them and deceiving them and betraying his comrades. He doesn't deserve to be executed in cold blood, especially in front of the whole city, in front of, you know, uh, everyone to watch and, enjoy. And the way this film ended, I wanted more of this. I mean, the absolute dark and gritty tone worked surprisingly well for this animated Transformers film. And I not only can I not wait for a sequel, I cannot wait for this to come out on physical, because I want it so bad. I hope they have a steelbook edition of this when it comes out, because I might get it in steelbook and 4K. This film was absolutely phenomenal from the beginning to the end. The humor, the script, the action sequences, everything I just mentioned. I don't want to say too much of everything, because I think for people that have not seen this film, I might have spoiled it for you guys who haven't seen it. So I would suggest like this and then come back. But this film is off the chain. It definitely has gone into my top 10 of the year, which I definitely was not expecting it. That it Doom Part 2 is still my number one, but this is number two. And this is easily, I don't think it's going to be knocked out of the top 10 at all whatsoever by the end of the year. So with that being said, on a star level, I give this film 4.5 stars. But let me know what you guys thought of this movie. Did you like Transformers 1? Do you think it's the best out of the Transformers films? If not, where would you rank it among the rest of the Transformers films? But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to stay updated with more movie reviews and TV show reviews.